today I'm going to show you how to animate like solarballs in flipaclip. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is make character maps. So the first thing I have to do is use the paint bucket to fill in the color of the character. Also, if you made like an asset for it, like I'm going to use my animate over here. And then I would use the eyedrop on it. Yeah. And then put it like that. Then on the next one I would use the eyedrop on the other colours. But I would actually do it more like over here on it. And you'll see what I mean later. So the first thing I'm going to do is just do the sketch of it. Okay, it could... So I'm just going to do a very quick time lapse of me making this map. Now that I finished the map, the next thing I'm going to do is quickly going to take a screenshot of it. Classic mistake. Anyways, back to the screenshot. Anyway, gonna put this here. Hang on just a second. Okay, now this is the character map. And then solarballs animation. I'm gonna do that. Okay, now that I did the name, the frame rate, well, it would normally be something around here or something. But if you're starting off, I would do 12. So the first thing you want to do is I'm gonna create a couple of layers. Yeah, then this one will be for the outline. And the reason why I'm putting the character on the outline on different layers, you'll see in a second. Anyways, now that I did this, the next part, wait, that outline is way too big for solarballs. So then, the next thing you would do is masking. But I know what you're thinking. Oh, but you can't mask on flipaclip, that's not an option. Well, I'm going to do this. I'll show you. Do that. Just get rid of the stuff, the extra stuff over here. So then the next thing you would do is turn this on alpha lock. And then get your map. Then if you see now, look. It's masked now and you can move it around. And zoom it in or out to how much you want it to be. I would make it about, let's say I make it this much. But then how would you keep it like that? Well, it's one thing called, copy and pasting. Like that. So anyways, I've copied pasted it a couple times. So now I'm going back to putting the map there. So it's in the right position now. So yeah, my map is complete. Anyway, I'm gonna record an audio. Can it? Wait, I want to test something. Nope, that doesn't work. I tried. Anyways, I'm gonna record an audio line. If you think that's gonna work, then you must be lying. If you think that's gonna work, then you must be lying. If that's gonna work, then you must be lying. Right. What? I'm gonna turn off. Okay, anyways, back to deleting that. Anyway, gonna go get my mask. Actually now, alright, I just turned off alpha lock. Wow, I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. Anyways, okay. If you think that's honestly, I'm gonna turn it up a bit. Yeah, 15. If you think that's gonna, if you okay, so if you think that's gonna, if you think that's, so just go another time. Another timeline for me doing it. Work, then you must be lying. If so, let's start eyes. I'm gonna get the eyes that I have, that I made. I'm gonna get that one. Well, this one. And I'm also gonna put clipping mask on here, so you can never go out of there. Hang on just a second, I gotta. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly do this and paste it here because this frame is kinda being weird. So what I'm gonna do is delete it. Anyways, back to the eyes. Okay, so do the eyes.
If you think that's gonna work, if you think
And then the solarballs blink. Kind of like.
if you think that's gonna work, if you think that's gonna
So you like stretch it down.
if you think that's gonna work, you think that's gonna
So the next thing. Well,
you think that
I'm gonna get this eye again.
if you think that's gonna
But instead have this. Oh yeah, we gotta make sure the eyes are in the same place as the last one.
that's gonna work. It's gonna work.
And then for this one, you would have like blinking eye. But let's say more like that. Anyways, it wasn't him be copy and paste.
It's gonna work.
So
Gonna work.
Let's see.
If you think that's gonna work, then you must. If you think that's gonna work, then.
Okay, so far, good so far.
That's gonna work. Then
So just doing this quickly. Honestly, I honestly feel like I made this tutorial for masking. I'll carry on this animation for the eyes. I've already showed you the blinking part of the eye movement, but now I'll show you the next part of it next video.
If you think that's
Anyways, bye!